finally through that long introduction that Michael Booten made for me because he's such a sweet guy. Good afternoon and welcome to Table Talk here on 802 Scoop, live from 185 North Main Street in Barrie. Another beautiful rainy day. That's what I'm calling it, beautiful and rainy, because my son's farm needs all the rain that they can get, and so do many, many other farms across the state. And people, 3 people now I know with no water, their wells are dry. What a scary thing to go into the winter with, I think. So maybe it'll rain all day long, and we'll get some much needed. Yeah. We'll see.
I wondered, I'm not a regular like you are, but I was wondering what we were doing for that 30 to 60 second silent interlude. Like, what's going, am I missing something? What just happened?
No, we're waiting for the little introduction. And, so we have to introduce you.
Right. It's
Richard
a
Wobby
time
in
of
the
meditation.
Is that what it was?
Yes.
I really got lost in that whole thing.
You did.
You used to do that a lot in high school.
I did a lot of meditation.
You almost fell asleep.
Well, it's great to be here. And yes, it is rainy.
Welcome.
We're talking about weather and how it is. Watching. You know what's amazing to me? And I know this has nothing to do with anything. What's amazing to me is that the last 2 years in a row in July, we were flooded. Yeah. Right? Now, we've gone to the other end of the spectrum saying, God, I wish I could get some friggin' water.
Yeah. It really is.
Seriously, think about that. Yeah. And you have everybody talking about global warming and all. I think it's just God's way of saying, you know what, here. Mm-hmm. Here's what you get. Use it.
Yeah.
Right.
Make do with it.
Yeah.
What can you handle?
Yeah. And you mentioned farmers. I spent some time at an event a couple weeks ago. I didn't realize, like, I feel contractors have a lot of stress, right? City employees. I was driving down the street in Montpelier on Saturday afternoon, I think it was, and there was a broken water pipe up on one of the side roads, and I saw the water running down, and I'm calling one of the guys, say, looks like a water main just broke, good luck. And I'm thinking about all those stressors that are out there with everybody. And all of a sudden, I'm at an event, the stress that farmers are under, and whether it's rain or not rain, I mean, just simple family-owned farming units.
Yeah.
That piece is so difficult, even down to the point, and again, I didn't grow up in that world, but farmer's wife or your wife as a farmer, how does she fit in the time to run off to the hair salon and get her hair done, right?
A lot of them don't.
That's a simple, they probably don't.
No.
Yeah.
But just that simple little piece. It's amazing.
It's true.
What people deal with and what they have to deal with and how they get through it.
And right now, they're struggling. I know my son, he's been buying feed all summer long because of the lack of hay and the quality of the hay, and he's organic. And the fortune that he has spent to try to survive over the summer and still have what he needs to survive through the winter.
Then we hit winter.
Normally, it's been definitely a crisis for him, a huge stressor for him. Never mind the amount of hours he works. He does it all by himself, so it's insane. Yeah, no hired hands.
I'll give you another stressor. You don't have one on. Good man.
What?
No. So you and I grew up, and I'm just throwing this out, north end of Barrie.
Yep.
Would you agree in
Yes,
some
sir.
sense?
Yep.
Okay. When we left the house in the morning as young people, even as older people, and I'm in my sense, Mom always gave me 10 cents when I left the house.
To call home.
To call home.
Yep.
She gave me 10 cents, right? And you would, at the end of school or at the end, if you were going to do something different, you'd find a phone booth.
Yep.
And you go down to the phone booth, you call Mom and say, I'm going to Jeff's house, and be home for supper or whatever. And that was the big call of the day.
Yeah.
Then you'd get home and mom or your brother or sister or whatever would say, John Black called or Jimmy called and wants to talk to you. And that was it.
Yeah.
Right?
And then if you went to make a phone call at home, you pick it up and somebody else was already on
They
the
might
line.
already be on it. Yeah, because you shared
Yeah.
lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But I laughed today in the sense, and I shut mine off, by the way, okay? Not phone.
Yep.
But these watches now tell you, oh, shit,
yeah.
hold on, I got a phone call coming
Yeah.
in. Right? What's that all about?
I don't know.
Are
I don't
we
have one of
that
those.
friggin' important?
I thought only Dick Tracy had one.
Yeah, I know. But are we that important that I got to have phone calls on my watch now?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
I think it can all wait. And we have created that whole life piece that has made it that stressful,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Life
I
in
mean,
an
you and I
instant.
did it. We walked in. Okay, good. I'm good
Yeah.
for a little while.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ringers,
in an
ringers
instant.
turned off, and it's just,
Yeah.
it'll buzz.
Truthfully, this is the only hour that my phone is off when
Yeah.
I'm on podcast. That's the only time. It's always on otherwise. And some of that is brought on by myself. It's the what I do to myself saying, what if my sister needs me, my dad needs me, one of my kids needs me, I can't miss that phone call. And so some of that's that I bring it on myself. But in 1990, it wouldn't have ever mattered.
Yeah.
Like, they would get me when they got me. And
Still
that
would have been
be
the
it.
same thing.
Right, it would have been the same thing, the same situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we do, it's self-induced in a lot of ways, for sure.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate.
So I'm the wrong guy to have. By the way, I'm the wrong guy here.
You are?
Yeah, I really am. I'm the wrong guy to have. here.
Because your
'Cause-
son should be here?
Yeah, because I don't know shit about this stuff, and my. No, I
but-
don't.
You should have
it's-
brought him along.
You not knowing shit has gotten you a long ways.
Yeah, it has. I'm kind of, I kind of just beat it through. Here we go. Let's throw it on the floor. So I've told this story 100 times, and if I told it to you, and we as the Associated General Contractors and as community members got into this whole, it started just simply, we felt I didn't know shit. There needed to be some sort of acknowledgement, and somebody had to remove the stigma of, to start with, nothing more than overdose prevention, right? I mean, that. So anyway, you'll appreciate this in some fashion. This guy walks into my office one day, about a year and a half ago, walks into my office one day and says, you've got a mental health and an overdose problem in construction. And we do. We're like 1 in 4 people within construction have a issue with mental health or with suicide or with overdose. I mean, you start mixing those numbers, it's pretty bad. Anyway, he tried to talk to me about it, and I was as understanding as you've ever known me. I threw him out of my office. I said, get the hell out of here. I don't want to talk about it. It's not my problem. My problem is making sure there's funding. My problem is making sure that this is going to happen. And just get out. I don't want to deal with it. Anyway, he left. A week later, he walks back into my office, and he says, Dad, we have to talk. And when your son looks at you or whatnot, brings that to your attention, and he's done okay, you stop and listen. So I stopped and listened, and I said, I'll tell you what I'll do. We've got a couple hundred members in our group, and I will see that we mail out, distribute 500 doses of Narcan and gun locks. and we'll give them, we'll put on a couple trainings so they know what they're doing. I'll do that, right? And I'm feeling pretty good about myself. I'm giving in. Within 12 months, we distributed over 25,000, that's 25000, 25,000 doses of Narcan.
Wow.
We became I felt like the heroin dealer on the corner. You want a hit? He tells me I can't say that. It's supposed to be, there's another word he uses, but a dose. You want a dose?
Yeah.
No, you want a hit? The way it was going out, I had churches calling us. I had other associations calling us. 25,000 doses of Narcan. We distributed 1,500 gun locks around Vermont. We moved, we did somewhere around 24 different training sessions around Vermont, both virtually and hybrid and all this stuff. And in the process, we directly saved 6 or 8 people that were affected on job sites. We helped get a dozen people into counseling, that stop point, whatever you want to call it, to bring them back with us. And there was another 25 or 30 people in neighborhoods. So you would walk up to me, I'd say, you want a hit? I'd give you a dose or 2 of Narcan. Still doing it, by the way. Dose or 2 of Narcan, and only to find out, a month or 2 later, you used the Narcan at a party you were at, right? And it wasn't just to see what it would do. It was you had a problem that you didn't realize the neighbor's kid or your mother or whoever had an issue. And amazing.
Yeah.
But
I have it all the time. There's some in my car. I have it at home, and I have administered it several times just in the city. One night, walking out of Domino's with pizza to bring home to my kid, there was somebody there overdosing on the sidewalk. The couple years ago, we left.
did the pizza get cold?
I don't even know. I don't care. I
That's
didn't
my
care.
concern.
Yeah. But I know it would be, right? But the same thing, we left the overdose awareness vigil a couple of years ago, and there was a guy literally 20 feet from the entrance of where we just were at the bus stop overdosing, and and so the amount of training that you can actually do and is huge. It's important.
So there's a stigma around this whole thing, and there's a wall. You just mentioned something, because we tend not to. We're a bunch of Marlboro men. Our age group tends to be Marlboro men.
Yeah.
So we tend not to want to talk about that stuff and not to want to deal with that stuff in that sense. So we've come up with a couple things. You just said a funny word, bus stop. What's a bus stop?
It's a little hut where you wait for the bus.
Really?
Yeah.
In my world, when you say bus stop,
Yeah.
it means somebody was on their way. When we talk about bus stops, somebody's on their way. Could be an overdose. Could be that we got to talk them off the edge because they want to leave or they think they want to leave. It's always referred to as a bus stop or
California.
the terminal. Well, California. I caught shit for California.
I heard that you caught shit for California.
So, and Jeff knows this because we've been through some things together. But when I was young, we lost, we lost a shitload of friends, family. For some reason, it seems like there was a period of time that every time you woke up, there was somebody else that had left us.
Yep.
And as a young person, that's hard to deal with.
Yeah.
So I never really acknowledged that people died in my life. I still have a hard time with it. I just don't want to talk about that. But at the same point that was happening, people were leaving us. I had a friend or two that moved to California, and I never saw them again. So I decided people don't die.
They just go to
They go
California.
to California.
They moved to California,
Yeah.
okay? Because you
Yeah.
never see them again. Once they get out on the West Coast,
Yeah.
they're gone anyway. So I talk in great detail about people moving to California and how we have to watch in case you see somebody getting ready to go to the bus stop, board a flight. You got to be ready, and you got to acknowledge and maybe help people, because they all don't want that to buy that ticket, because they don't want to go visit California, really. But they're having a hard time with the stressors and the stuff here right now. And it's just a matter of breaking that mindset. And so I talk a good deal about moving to California. And within that context, there's a couple groups I work with out in California that a couple weeks ago we did a suicide prevention video, Ben Osha and I was explaining California as I'm doing here, and it got shared and it went kind of viral out across the West Coast, that some guy from the East Coast was saying, when you die, you go to California. I took a little bit of ribbing, let's say,
Yeah.
for my use of California. So I'm not going to stop. It's still California.
Yeah.
You can tell me it's, Portland, Oregon. I don't care. But I just think we have to be a little more present today with other folks. And I'm not a feelings guy, but you got to read people. You got to be able to see if they're having a difficult time, difficult period. Let's check in on them. Let's see what's going on. Know those folks you're around. And again, I'm the wrong guy. I am it.
I don't think so.
No, I am.
Yeah,
I'm the
yeah.
wrong guy. But
You say that, but I mean, I don't think that like if I really needed to have a heart-to-heart with somebody, I would call you in a heartbeat. Why? Because
lose my number.
no, listen. No, and he says that, but he listens always.
He
But
would
you
answer.
listen.
You'd
No,
answer.
but you listen, but you're super honest and you're straightforward, and a lot of times that's what people need the most. They don't need somebody to pussyfoot around whatever it is that's going on. They need that the most. They need somebody to actually acknowledge that, yes, this is a whole bucket of shit, and let's figure out how to deal with it.
So I was at, I've been extremely lucky the last couple years. Just God knows why. I don't know why. That our group in Montpelier has been acknowledged across the country for different shit we've done. And who knows, right? And you go to these things, and I think this is funny as shit. I really do. So you go to these things, and somebody at this thing is presenting you with this award.
Yeah.
Right? And they call you up on stage. And I watch this every place I go. People get called up on stage to get this award, and they all get up from their table and they put their head down and they kind of walk up front and they get their award. Isn't that a big friggin' moment?
Should be.
If you just win a big award, or you just get, I don't care if you get acknowledged because you're the best bell ringer in the city of Barrie. If somebody's going to acknowledge that, don't you show a little emotion? You announce I'm winning an award, and I don't care at what level. Yeah! We friggin' did it! Right? I celebrate on the way up.
Yep.
Anyway, that is true.
I
Here, we
can
want to
see it.
give you this.
I can see it now.
So anyway, we get acknowledged for whatever it was, and I got up there and did it, and started walking back, and they hit that video on suicide, and this had nothing to do with suicides,
Yeah.
had nothing to do with overdoses, had nothing. nothing. And they hit that video and they played like 30 seconds out of this. And somebody on the way back said, how do you deal with that? And then somebody else said, and this was not for me. It was this whole, anyway, the guy, MC, called me back up, said, would you mind taking a few questions? So one of the questions they asked, which I think is funny, how you walk up, you don't have to walk up, you're sitting there and I see you've got questions and you're having a tough day. I see it. And how do you deal with that? What do you say?
How's it going?
Right?
You know? Right.
No, and that was,
What's up?
yeah. And then how do you change your mindset? At that point in time, how do I shift it from, oh my God, I really don't know if I want to be here anymore, to let's talk this through. And that's a difficult thing. That's terrible. And how do you do it? I got a recipe, by the way. I really do.
I love it.
I think this recipe it's easy. It's simple. And it's not this deep mindset piece. You like ice cream?
Sure do.
No, do you?
Oh, yeah.
You look like you like ice
Yeah.
cream. I do too.
That's not going to help.
There are two things that I just love. Ice cream and Hershey chocolate bars.
Oh, me too.
Huh? Are they great?
Oh, yeah.
And I don't care what you do. If I see you're having a tough day or you're on the edge. And it's not a tough day. We all have tough days. But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You can read this shit. I'm headed to Champlain Farms. Let's go get an ice cream. You put the person in the car. You go to friggin' Champlain Farms or 7-Eleven or whatever it is you have around you. I don't care. You go up there and you buy one of those big nutty buddies. You know the ones?
Yeah, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, yeah.
With the friggin' ice cream and the sugar cone and the chocolate chip running down the side, and sometimes there's nuts.
Yes, sir.
And look at him smile just talking about it. What happens, all of a sudden, your mind changes. And I didn't talk you out of doing anything. I didn't do shit for you.
Yeah.
I bought you a friggin' ice cream. And we sat there and had an ice cream. And for some reason, the introduction of an ice cream, a chocolate bar, whatnot, spurs something different in your brain. I don't know what it is. I'm not a professional. But you remember when we were sitting down there at 12 years old, sitting down there on the friggin' curb on the side of the road, and we didn't have ice cream trucks that drove around and delivered to us. We had to go down to delis or over there at Caldereras.
Caldereras. Or
Right?
Enea Lavoie. over
Yes,
there.
yes.
Coldest beer in town.
And we had to go to one of those stores, and then we'd sit
And
out
we'd
front
sit
on
on
the
the curb,
friggin' curb.
Right in front of the store.
Right in front of the store and eat ice cream.
Yeah.
And it was just a glorious, great time.
Yeah.
Right? God, but it changes that mindset right then to there might be something else. And it's easy. That's it. That's all we got to do.
Yeah.
Buy a shitload of ice cream.
And Hershey bars.
And be willing to have a conversation.
Don't leave them in your. Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
don't
but
leave 'em.
it's not the conversation. It's your whole conversation, your whole thing you're trying to achieve is change that mindset on that given moment.
Just
Yeah.
talk
That's
about
it.
something totally different.
That's it.
Yeah.
Just change it. And I am the worst. I told you, I'm not the guy. But I can talk about anything else than helping you. Color of chairs, they're blue. No, it's just, right? That's all you want to do is shift that for that period of time. Then we can look at what help is available or what we can do. But we want to get you out of the
Right, and then
right
you-
out
and
of
then
the
you'll
bus
give
stop.
you-
I
and
want to
then you'll
get you
give
out of the
somebody-
bus stop right then.
Yeah.
That's
And then
all.
you can give out your son's number.
Yeah.
Because you're not the guy. But
I'm
he
not the
is.
guy. I don't know shit.
Right, he's the guy. He's the guy. You should have brought him along, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a lot.
Yeah, that took a lot out of you, Dick.
I'm done.
You better take a sip of coffee on that one. No, but I don't know. I agree with you. I think that it's just a way to change the mindset.
Yeah.
You're interrupting the moment, which is what's most important.
That's all.
And so when you go all over and you do these trainings, is that pretty much, do you give that same sort of spiel, or do you not do the trainings yourself?
I'm not the guy.
Yep.
But if so, I think it's important. So Reed is the guy. I mean, he knows this shit inside and out. You should have him up here sometime. I think you've had him here before, but you should have him up sometime. He is very knowledgeable and knows this stuff. He has taught me a great deal. In that sense, he does these. I think he's doing your or has done or whatnot this suicide night or something here in
Out of the
Barrie.
darkness and
Huh?
out of the darkness.
Yeah, and then they're doing one in Montpelier or something. He has been recognized by a lot of different folks as being one of those guys. So, you ever need help, it's 802-793-7715.
Hold on.
Yeah,
802-793.
7715. 802-793. Yeah. He'd be a good resource. He is a great resource and does a lot. If you get in trouble with OSHA, you know this already.
Oh, I know the
You get
old
in
OSHA
trouble with
stuff,
OSHA or a federal highway, I'm kind of the guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know that stuff. I know rules and regs.
Oh, yeah. My many years up at the printing business. Oh, yeah.
Right?
I had my OSHA days.
Yes. And but when I do talks, regardless of where I am or what I'm doing, I have shifted to some time into just explaining this thing that we're now dealing with. I mean, it's a workforce issue. Serious. If you lose one, you got to replace them, and there's not a large workforce out there to replace them with. That's simplistic. But caring, you don't want to lose anybody anyway. So,
Yeah.
so I do.
And you have said here many times that the suicide rate amongst your community, the construction community, is very high.
Very high. It's I think 1 in 10. But when you start mixing suicide, overdose, mental health, this whole piece into it, you come down to 1 in 4 constructors are affected in some fashion by those 3 or 4 different things. And I say it may not be, and Jeff, I'm friggin' sorry. You've been through it.
Yep.
It may not be Jeff, right? But it may be Jeff's brother or his sister or whatever it is. Jeff's stress.
Stress.
His phone just went off. He's jumping, looking for his watch. It's got to be here. It's got to be here.
It's so true, though. It's true.
But it's the community.
Yeah.
And and if you lose a family member or a friend, you're affected.
Yep.
And we got to acknowledge how that affects your next and again, printing, how that affects your next week of production, right?
Yep.
And then that creates another stress. And you start, I mean, it just starts adding up. So we got to figure it out. And it is talking, it's understanding each other.
Well, and now we're in a whole new realm of, I think, the state of mind, because everything around us seems to be a bit crazy and divisive and, it just, everything is all the time. And it's stressful. You like, don't turn on, I hate turning on the TV. Yeah. And I take a lot of shit in especially the last month about what I post. And finally, the other night I said, and this is straight up truth, this is truth. I sign on in the morning at 4:30 because I want to get some news out there for people to have in the morning. They have one spot. I don't read that shit. I don't listen to it. I can't do that to myself first thing in the morning, and that's straight up honest. I go to WCAX, take the first 3 articles, post them. NBC, post them. ABC, Fox, whatever. And I don't know. I don't take the time to read each individual article or know what it's about. I couldn't possibly put that stress on myself in the morning because it's too much. My father, on the other hand, 6 o'clock in the morning, Fox News or whatever, Newsmax on in full blast, 30, volume up, 30, 32, and that goes on at 6 o'clock in the morning, doesn't shut off until 9, 10 o'clock at night. I could never stand to have all that banter in my head all day, every day. And I don't want to start my day that way. I can't anymore because it's gotten to a point where it makes you grumpy and sad and everything. It makes you people that you're not really. And so when I feel that way, I try to remember what you said, and you can tell everybody, when you came to speak to us all that night at Delicate Decadence.
Yeah,
you came and had a little talk with us.
I want to say something first.
Yeah.
I had the privilege 15, 20 years ago. I was working on a campaign, and we were running some campaigns, right? That's what we were doing. And in that context, I turned around and said, there's this new thing out there. I don't know what the hell it is. This new thing, couple. And one of them is this little QR code thing, right? We should have a QR code so that people can take a picture of it or something. I didn't even know what the hell it was. Take a picture of it and contact us. And then we can contact them. And I went through this whole thing on QR codes. And we tried QR codes for like 2 campaigns, and they didn't work worth shit. Nobody really used them. It wasn't worth anything. And then 3 or 4 years ago, all of a sudden, QR codes caught on. They went stupid. Everybody's got a QR code today. The other funny one was there was this thing, Facebook, that people were putting stuff but not really putting stuff. There wasn't a lot of battling on Facebook. It was more, oh, it's your birthday, or oh, you're in Wells Beach or whatever. That was about it.
Yeah.
So I thought that would be a cool thing, and we would make up. So I made up like 4 different birthday dates for me or things around me. There was a truck that we celebrated its birthday. There was a car we celebrated its birthday. And this was all during campaign season, and this truck or car or whatever it was at an event, and it'd be celebrating its birthday with the people of Bennington, right? I mean, it was funny as shit. And people were just kind of, great to see you, happy birthday, whatnot. Kind of just didn't know. And now that Facebook thing is wild, and the Instagram and the LinkedIn. But back then it was fairly innocent, and we were just experimenting with it. I got birthday greetings yesterday for Crumbs, which was one of the things I made birthdays for. Yeah, happy birthday, Crumb. Glad to see you're still with da-da-da. Have a good day,
And
Crumb.
most people don't even know who the hell
I
Crumb
don't
is.
even know who they are. I don't know what's going on. And I want to just send back emails saying I made this shit up.
And
but
I
it
don't
worked.
make it up, but
it
I
worked
don't,
way back then.
People, I don't make it up. I just share the stuff, but people automatically assume that if I share something, it's that's my opinion. That's what I agree with. I side
No,
with whatever.
I'm just
It's
saying,
such a,
and my only reason for bringing it up was we played with that
yeah.
before anybody was fighting on it,
Yeah.
right? Now it is turned to a battlefield.
Oh, yeah.
It is terrible. And so you were asking about, do I, or one of you, do I talk about this stuff out in the field, or do I talk
You
about
do.
this stuff with
The
people?
80%.
I talk about all kinds of stuff, because I am not the guy that anybody ever wants to have come talk and say, here's the agenda, here's what we want you. Bullshit. There's stuff I want to talk about. There's stuff I want to share. I can read a crowd. I can know what's going on. One of the biggest ones is I don't think people even remember. And I think COVID screwed us up. I'm just going to say it's not your fault. It's not my fault. It's not your fault. COVID screwed us up, and we haven't come back from that. And we have to. We have to come back. But I don't think we remember how to talk to each other.
Right.
Right.
Right?
Everything was texting or emailing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we forgot. We lost
FaceTime.
it.
Yeah.
FaceTime. I think, that.
Zoom meetings.
Yeah, that pisses me off. If you're going to hold a Zoom meeting with me, you better turn your friggin' camera on, okay? I will hang up if you do not turn your camera on.
Yeah.
Yep.
I at
Yep.
least want to see you.
Yeah.
But I think that's it. I also think when we were growing up, and I refer to Kay or Joanne or whatever, they had a way to teach us how to do the right things. One of the ways they taught us to do the right things wasn't always disciplining us for doing the wrong things. It was their comments on positive behavior. You did something right, they were happy as shit.
Yep.
You do something wrong.
You might have got an extra grape leaf that night.
That's right. We grew up in Lebanese families. I mean, there was good positive reinforcement.
Yeah.
But they had a way of doing
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah.
And it wasn't always an ice cream or a cookie or whatnot. It was just acknowledging that you did something right.
Yep.
And I don't think we do enough of that. Even sitting here, you're doing a good job, or that's going well. So I think that's huge. The other thing that I push myself to, and I push hard, I don't think we say thank you enough.
Agree.
There's a lot of shit going on. There's a lot of stuff you do for me that I think I just take for granted. And I don't think we say thank you enough. And I think we want to get back to talking with each other and acknowledging, good shit out there. Let's say thank you.
Yeah.
That's not hard. That's just 2 words. But that's kind of my take on things. I have spent a great deal of time spreading a word, just a word. And again, I don't know anything. I grew up in the North End. That's all we did, right? But so my mother had a rule: you could not ride down Main Street on your bikes.
Yeah.
Right? You couldn't do that.
Stay in the neighborhood.
That's right.
Don't cross North Main Street. Stay on your side of North Main Street.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Because that's bad. So we figured out a way. That we could go up on Mr. Foot's orchard, across that, up over Big Rock, over across this field, and we'd end up on Richardson Road. Okay? We'd be on Richardson Road. From Richardson Road, we could go up, circle around, come down Beckley Hill, get on to Farewell Street, and end up, right down the road here.
Yeah.
Right? so we would do this, and we would sneak out, and that's how we would go, and that would be a day. Of course, back then, your mother would pack you a lunch and hope not to see you until the end of the
Right,
day.
right, exactly. Dinner
Right.
time.
Yeah, and so we would do it and then retrace our steps. I just remember one day, Mr. Wilkins, Harry Wilkins,
Yep.
we're coming down Farewell Street. I blew a tire or a chain on my bicycle, and I'm in front of Harry Wilkins. I don't know if you remember Harry Wilkins.
Oh, yeah.
Harry Wilkins was the nicest guy you could ever talk to.
And
The
his wife
meanest
Barbara
yeah,
was Lebanese.
We'll get right there. Yeah, she was Lebanese. A Zyder girl, if I remember right. Corey
yes.
girl. So, anyway, Harry was the nicest guy you could ever meet.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. But the meanest son of a bitch you ever talked to as a kid. I mean, he put fear in you as a kid. And I just remember my chain or tire blowing in front of because they used to be
That
on
was
Farewell
the Harley
Street,
place,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I remember that blowing and trying to hurry up and get it fixed before Harry saw me on his front yard. Oh my God, I got to get this done. And Harry wandering out and wanting to know what's wrong. I explained it. He took it in the shop, fixed it, and got me going again. And we turned around and went home. Except you brought up a very good point. Barbara, there was 2 or 3 of us, Alan Harvey, Jimmy Healy, a few of us there, and Barbara came out with a plate of cookies.
Uh-huh.
So 3 days later, we're on our bike tour. Well, we got another bike problem in front of Wilkins. This went on 2 or 3 times.
Did you get some bologna sandwiches out of it too?
No, it was cookies. Barbara would bring us out something, and I just remember it. Anyway, the backside was about the 3rd or 4th time we pulled in. Harry explained to us that we weren't stopping there again. We don't need kids around here or something like that. And he was a great guy. And Barbara calling my father and saying what a pleasant thing it was to have the boys stop from time to time.
Yeah.
And my father going to my mother and saying, what are the kids doing up there?
Yep.
And I didn't think they were supposed to be on Main Street. What's going on?
Yep.
We had to explain. We had a path. Well, the path was put off limits too after that. But, yeah. But
The good old days.
yeah. So I say I don't stay on. But we have adopted, promoted, pushed a one word. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't care if you're Facebooking, I don't care if you're Instagramming, LinkedIn, you're listening to this podcast. I don't care. But it's all about talking, and it does. Whether it's COVID time, what it is. You're a funny one because I can run into you any place, and it's like I may not have seen you in 2 years.
Yeah.
But we just pick up the conversation from 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Just keep. Am I wrong? I mean, I'm serious.
Mm-hmm.
You're the same way. But we've got to learn that whole talking thing again. And I kind of took the word talk and put some little things to it. I think the first thing is take a breath, because I don't always like what you're saying, but I like you.
Yeah.
You're a good guy.
It's kids today don't have that because they're either texting each other.
I can shut the camera off. I don't have to look at you,
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
right?
You know?
And they don't have. We mentioned Bud's, Delis, Camoles, Colorera. They don't have that.
Yeah.
So there's no sitting in front of Caldereras and having a friggin' ice cream.
You know,
Right.
we used to time it just right. So we'd go down there, we'd get our ice cream, buy our ice cream, we'd sit out on the curb waiting, and at a certain time on 2 days a week, Raymond Tucker came down with his milk truck.
Yes!
And we'd all get in there. We'd get a free chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk. Yes. But we don't have that. But we have aggravated that or multiplied that piece that I don't like what you're saying.
Yeah.
Right? Take a breath. Let's just think about what really is important to all of us. I'll come back to something because but one of them is I think we have to agree on the points that we agree on. Let's just, and at the same point, let's agree to disagree, right?
Yeah.
I've got a couple very good friends, and I tell people this all the time, is I only agree with you 80% of the time,
Yeah.
right? That's pretty good. Even if it's only 75, who cares?
Right.
But I agree with you 80% of the time. I disagree with what you're saying 20% of the time. And you and I will spend more time and energy fighting over that last 20 than the 80 we agree with.
Yeah.
Why don't we just agree that there's 20% you and I will never come together on? That's it.
Yeah.
Let it be.
Yeah. Let's work again that positive side. Let's try to move that positive thing forward and have an impact on everybody around us with that 80%. I have friends that will come up to me from all over the place and will tell me, we're in the 20% period right now, so let's not talk about that, but I've got this I want to see us get done. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let's just forget what we don't care about, right? The other thing, and I am terrible at this, and I've kind of taken up a lot of time. You're sitting there going, yeah, I want to say something. I don't listen well.
You don't?
No.
What did I just say?
I-
Huh? What were the last two words I just said?
You want to know what they were? Grape leaves.
Close enough.
Grape leaves.
Because he agreed with that.
Now you're focused. Now you definitely brought me into something I can focus on. But I don't listen well. We all have, and the reason is what I get to say is more important than what you get to say. I know it is because I decided.
Yeah.
It comes back to that 80-20, right? Just let's listen to what's being said to us and how it's being said.
And I think that we have to, at some point, be willing to give ourselves the grace that we give to others. Like a lot of times, you can give somebody advice. You can talk to somebody. You can take them for the ice cream. You can do whatever, but you don't ever give yourself that time. We need to be okay with that. We need to be okay with that. We need those moments too, and be able to do that. Look, he thinks that's funny.
No,
No.
I had somebody.
Or just made you.
I had somebody acknowledge something I do. Anybody want a great pizza? Go to Depot Pizzeria, Northfield.
I acknowledge that of you all the time.
802-485-5500. You can order out. No deliveries, except on Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, I may do deliveries to Norwich
You do?
University.
Yeah.
I do. And I kind of give my time. It's something I do, I enjoy. I took somebody with me last night, got a call, had 2 deliveries at Norwich, and I took somebody with me. We ran pizzas and subs up. He got back in the car after the deliveries, and we started to head back to Depot to drop the containers off. He goes, I get it. I said, what? He said, I understand why you do this now. Why? No stress. You get time to just think about shit.
And you get a free slice of pizza.
And I get a free slice of pizza at the end of the night. And he said, I get it. This is unbelievable. We should all be looking for some little thing that is far removed from what we do in this world to give us that little personal time that we need. I heard every word of that. The other thing I heard him do for a moment was he was just being kind. And he was acknowledging what someone was doing, what we were doing. I mean, there was no, other than my slice of pizza, there's nothing in it. It's just somebody needs a little help or somebody wants this. It doesn't have to be pizzas. It could be planting flowers in downtown. It could be anything, just being kind.
Michael Putin's been doing that. So he
Yeah, but he's a politician, so he
No,
doesn't freaking
no,
count.
but he
That's
did
for
it.
votes.
That isn't
Politician,
right.
that's bullshit.
That's just for votes.
But it isn't really right. No, he literally.
I'm going to the birthday party today. There's 5 votes at that.
No, that isn't true. He literally took what you do, and we, because we talk about it often, what you do in Northfield. We think it's awesome. And his cousin owns Tasty Bites, and she's often shorthanded. There's not a lot of employees. He knows it's tough, it's expensive, it's all of that. So he's been donating his time on Saturday mornings, and then any tips that he makes, he donates to a local charity when he's done. Just because it's something that he can do to help Lisa. She needs. It's super busy there on Saturday, but he wouldn't have. I mean, he maybe would have done it, but he definitely took. He acknowledged what you do it actually is super helpful though.
There's
it
all
means
kinds
a lot
of
to people.
areas, things that we're weak in across our communities. There's all, I don't care if it's sweeping the front of the fire department or it's helping the little local florist who can't find a flower delivery. What's an hour or 2 out of your week? If you just help out for that hour or 2. I do it, I mean, I'm lucky because I have a friend in the pizza business and I get a free slice of pizza at the end of the night. But I mean, that's just stuff we should do. We used to do it. I'm not saying we, but the old Italian group here in Barrie, I'm not trying to be segmented, the French group did it. They all looked after their folks in their own, and if you were having a tough time, they were there for you.
Show up at your house.
Yes,
they'd bring
right.
they'd bring you some food. Whatever, if you needed something.
Otto?
Huddle?
Otto. Yeah, Lebanese alcohol.
Oh. No, my father was half Italian. So
Oh,
he was
okay.
a
So you got
grappa.
grappa.
He was a grappa
You got
guy.
grappa that came from Mrs. Galfetti's on Beckley Street. There's funny stories about that. But yeah, we just took care of each other. And I don't know.
Neighborhoods were a lot closer back in those days than they are now.
Without a doubt. And I'm not trying to say let's go backwards. I think you embrace what you have in front of you, the technology and the stuff you have in front of you, and use them to the best of your ability. But at the same point, let's not forget Jeff Bergeron.
Let's
Right?
take a day. Take a day, and I'm gonna do 3 hours visiting, going somewhere, visiting a nursing home, or
Well, and it all starts with your roots. I mean, this is it.
I'll tell you one of the best things I ever had that I did was when my parents were in a nursing home, because I'd go every day.
You right?
And then, if they were fine, I'd just sit out in the hallway and
Just
talk
to them.
to some of those people.
You could have the same conversation with the same guy 5 times.
Oh yeah. I know.
I mean, it's not hard. No, and I'm not making fun of people. I just, there's a lot we can do. But part of it is, again, we get hung up in that. Let's just agree to disagree. Let's look at that 20% and throw it away. Let's work on our 80 and let's be kind. Let's say thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And offer up some more ice cream.
Ice cream is great.
In a Hershey bar.
Our Hershey bar is good.
Those big, those big giant ones that have
Oh
like
my
25
God,
small
don't
pieces
start,
in them.
Don't start. Don't start. I did learn. So in this whole context, Hershey bars, and I didn't realize it, but so you can't run around in your car with Hershey bars during the summer.
No.
We will agree with that.
Yeah, totally.
Have you ever tried to take those Hershey bars that have now melted in your car and put them in the refrigerator or freezer to try to bring them back?
Yes.
Huh? Something happens in the chemical composition of a Hershey bar when you try to put it in the refrigerator or freezer after it melting, that it starts to separate and you get this brown powder, cocoa powder across it, and the cocoa powder is no longer a smooth taste. It's now grainy and am I wrong?
You're correct.
Okay, I learned that. It has not deterred my ability to eat them.
I was in that same research program.
It has not deterred my ability to eat them. I still eat them. And as I'm eating them, I'm saying, this isn't right. But, oh, God, it's a good bar, though.
Yeah.
And when you look at them sometimes, they're like little white spots.
Yes!
Yeah, that's
See?
good for you.
That means you're a pro.
It whitens your teeth.
When you can, when you can identify the color discoloration across a Hershey bar, you're a professional. Okay?
Talk about all over the map.
Huh?
I said, talk about all over the map
Yeah.
today, right?
I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I could.
But it's good stuff.
Yeah.
This is all,
I mean, and Jeff's, I said this earlier, Jeff's a great guy, and we can pick up conversations from 2 or 3 years ago. I will walk in another year, and Jeff will say, hey, those grape leaves were pretty good. Oh, yeah, we were doing, No, our parents used to, I don't know, you guys everybody all knows, I didn't realize people are cross-eating as much as they are. We're talking rolled up grape leaves with rice and lamb or hamburger or whatever inside them. No tomato sauce. It was never tomato in there.
Nope.
There was that allspice and whatever else Mom threw in it. Sometimes you get some of them, some mother or Lebanese lady would make one. Gloria Zyder used to make them with pignolia nuts or whatever inside there.
Pine nuts.
Pine nuts.
She put it in her. She put it in her baked kibbe too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
oh, for goodness
Right?
sakes.
They used to have a Lebanese. Did you ever go to the Lebanese dinners they had at the Elks Club?
Oh yeah. Can I tell a funny story?
Well, go right ahead.
I shouldn't, and I'm not. Again, I got to be careful. I am not criticizing anybody, and you are so well watched. God, this will come back to haunt me. This isn't good.
What do you want?
I need a pen. I need a pen. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Gloria Zyder
Yep.
making, I don't care if it was rice, I don't care if it was kibbe, I don't care what it was. Kibbe, by the way, was
I know
a
what
great
you're going to
meal.
tell me because my grandmother did the same thing. Cigarette, ashes fall in the meat and stir it up. Right? My grandmother.
And she could hold a cigarette from that thing burning from the end almost down to the filter before those ashes fell in.
And if they
but
fell
they would
in-
all fall in at the same time.
Yep.
Am I right?
Yes.
And there was no care, whim, whatever. You would watch them fall in as a kid, and she would just mix them in. That's okay.
Yeah.
My
It's
grandmother
just
had a
little
cigarette in her
ash.
mouth the whole time.
Yes.
You go to tie her shoe for you, you know, she's tying your shoe, smoke's coming into your face.
Yeah.
But yeah, she'd be bending over the bowl, mixing the meat, and the cigarette hanging out. And they get to a certain point, you'd see, and you kind of look and go, guess that's
Yeah.
okay.
I guess it's part of the recipe.
Just part of the ingredients, no big deal. Yes. A little
All
extra,
those were funny times.
a little extra spice never
Yeah.
hurt anyone, right?
No, again, it's just the way things
Yeah,
were.
it's the way things
but
were.
they would. I had cannolis from.
Campo de
I'm
Vino.
gonna. Yeah, I'm just gonna say this.
Campo de Vino.
Yeah,
Yep.
and I don't know who supports your thing here.
Taste
so.
Vermont and Campo de Vino. We
Okay.
do both.
So I had cannolis from
Yeah.
Taste of Vermont or Campo or whatever yesterday. In that, I was sitting with this few friends. We were having these cannolis, and there was two type of cannolis in front of me. there was the green ones, which were
Pistachio.
and there was the white ones, I'll say white ones that were the originals. And I said something about these will probably be good, but who knows. I used to have cannolis from Mrs. Pravazzi and Mrs. Gerampini down at the lower end of town. Those were real friggin' cannolis.
Yeah.
They had cinnamon in them. When the Italian ladies used to make cannolis, they always had a little cinnamon bite. Do you remember that?
Yep.
Am I wrong?
Nope.
I just remember that.
Yep.
I had that original friggin' cannoli that they made. Jeff, there's cinnamon in them.
Is there?
There's friggin' cinnamon in these things. They were as good as Mrs. Pravazzi's or Mrs. Gerampini. I'm telling you, oh my God, did I go back?
I haven't tried those.
Did I go back to like 10 years old? I sat there with a grin on my face. It was almost as good as ice cream.
They do a beautiful job.
Oh my
Taylor
God,
is,
was that something?
And you know what's even better is that she is this young local woman
Yeah.
who has decided to venture out, open up this business, not for the faint of heart to do any of this. And she's there every day, all day,
Yeah.
busting her tail to make it happen. And it's just awesome to see. It's just a beautiful job.
But she was funny. So they were talking cannolis with Mrs. Wobby, and they were going through it, and I made the comment, hold on. Mrs. Pravazzi and Mrs. Gerampini only used to make pistachio, the nutted one, and the original, and that's what we should have. I don't think in my whole life anybody ever made me a Reese's Pieces cannoli or an M&M cannoli, or right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I said that's kind of that was it. They only had nuts and cinnamon that they used to friggin' sand off something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they were fabulous.
All right.
You know another
Jeff.
thing I remember?
Go ahead.
Walking on Main Street, and you couldn't walk by Wobby Jewelers without your father coming out and giving you a big hug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
He would, anytime we walked by, he'd come out, give us a
Say-
big hug.
There was talk about big hugs. We're sitting in here, not that Herbie Locke ever hugged anybody. But Herbie Locke would be the guy greeting you at the door,
Yeah.
saying, how you doing?
Yeah.
But thank you for Dad's remembered.
Yeah.
No, there's just, and don't turn the clock back. We don't need to turn the clock back. Everything is in place right here today. If we can just remember nothing more than talking to each other, just listen to what we're saying, agree to disagree in some fashion, and just be kind. Say thank you. I mean, that is huge, right? And if we can do those things, we can identify the weaknesses that we may have and the help we may each need. And there's nothing wrong with saying, again, I don't know shit. But there's nothing wrong with saying, want to go to Champlain Farms, get an ice cream? Because we want to keep people out of the bus station. We don't need people to move to California. And with a simple ice cream or Hershey bar, we can do that. It's on us.
Absolutely.
Okay? I'm sorry, I didn't mean
As
to drone
always,
on.
thank you very much for coming in. It's always fun to have you in the studio. Anyways, I could do this.
Hey, you
once a
know
week,
what I want
a
to do?
couple times a month.
You know what I want to do?
What?
In a couple weeks, let's talk about Wheels for Warmth.
Absolutely.
That's coming
Oh, yeah.
up huge.
Yeah.
You want to talk about Wheels for
Sure,
Warmth
why
with
not?
me?
Absolutely.
Huh?
Why not?
I'd love to come up and talk about Wheels for
Yep.
Warmth, if that's okay.
Give me advance
Absolutely.
notice so I can bring you a Hershey bar.
Okay. You aren't getting off that easy. I want grape leaves.
Yeah.
Now you're not
There you go.
focusing.
I'm lost. I'm lost. I can't make them.
Yeah. We'll find a way. But yes, I would absolutely love that.
Thank you.
And it would be good to get the information out there. It's coming so quickly.
Yeah, it is.
That's for sure. I mean, we have been sharing the stuff that you've been
Yeah.
posting out there so far. So, but as always, very good to have you. Love having you in the studio. And thank you all for joining us. Tune in tonight, 7 o'clock. Michael and I will be here with you tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock. We'll be right side up. And other than that, have a good weekend. Speaking
15th to the 16th. I'll be back on the 15th to the 16th.
All right, we'll
All
put
right.
it in the calendar. But speaking of grapes, not the same sort of grapes, but check out Netto's Family Vineyard this weekend. Right now, you can go up there and smash grapes, old-fashioned. Pick the grapes, smash the grapes, get them ready for wine. It's a really cool time, and it's a really neat thing to do with the whole family, kids and all. It's a lot of fun. So go
Make
check
sure
it
you
out.
wash
They're
your
right
feet
here
before
in
you
Wash your
Down the
feet
barrel.
before you
Yeah.
start crushing.
Is that required? I don't know. But, have a great day, everyone. Take care and enjoy the rain. Go dance in it for a minute.